Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Drive Thru. I'm Tony T with you here Tuesday through Saturday on demand. Our goal is to get you 6 picks from 6 cappers. So if you would, hit that subscribe button. Big community here at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. 256,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. Also give us that like, that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Really helps us build up our audience. So let's get this show started. College football on tap here for the opener. Here is a welcome in Rod Zawacky. Find him over at Pick Dog Fam. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much, Tony. Hey, excited for the Saturday slate. It's college football Saturday. Lots of action here. Some pretty good games, so looking to try to find you guys a nice winner here to get us paid here on the Saturday slate. So let's get to it.
Yeah, we got a mix of conference and non-conference games. This non-conference game get a lot of people's attention here as Tulane here, one of those Power 5 teams that could sneak in. This is a big game for them facing Ole Miss. Ole Miss is going to be favored here at 13. Total sits here at 61.
Yeah, right. It's the big game. It's definitely got some people's attention for sure. We look Tulane's QB Retzlaff rolling along in this one. Hey, he's had a pretty good start. He's completing 59% of his passes, a couple touchdowns. We know he can run. Dual threat QB. Definitely loves to use his legs and get out and run. He's rushed for 288 yards already this season, and he's averaging 7.2 yards per rush. He's also scored 6 touchdowns. Has given up a couple fumbles, though, when he's taken off and run with the ball. So he definitely needs to hold on to it. But, hey, still, he's a very elusive QB for Tulane. And he's got some running backs behind him that can also run the ball. Javin Gordon can run the ball. Mobley can run the ball. Both these guys over 100 rush yards already this season. And, hey, he's got a couple of receivers that can catch the ball as well. But have these guys seen the like of the Ole Miss? I don't think so. This line's been up and down already. We've seen this 13 down to 11. So for me, we've seen some money on Tulane coming into this. Austin Simmons will most likely get the start. The news came out that he'll be back for this game, and I like what I've seen from Simmons. As you know me, I believe I gave him out as a pre-Heisman Trophy winner as maybe a shot, but he definitely needs to improve the start that he's had to this season for sure. And I think, hey, he does that here. Ole Miss got plenty of weapons here at home in this one, but you look at Ole Miss's defense. I think they slow up this Tulane run game because you look what they have done this season. Able to slow up the run game a little. You look hold teams to 5.4 yards per rush, and that's what they key on here. Make you have to make the Tulane QB have to use his arm, and I think that's what you focus on here in this home game. We know that hey, Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin back teams. He's 3-0 to start the season, 2-1 ATS wise, and I think that's what people are looking at. I'm going to focus here on this first half, where Lane Kiffin gets up for these games against these good teams that are averaging 5.9 yards per play or more. Lane Kiffin at home in that first half. He's 9-0 ATS in that first half. So laying the touchdown here with Ole Miss, who I think come out and gangbusters defensively and slow up this Tulane run game, which is what they do the bulk of. I think this Ole Miss defense focuses in on that run game, make Retzlaff have to use his arm. And when he does that, that's not what he loves to do. He loves to get out and run. So we're going to take Ole Miss here in the first half, late 7. I think they easily got the lead heading into the break.
All right, right here on the first half with Ole Miss laid the 7 here against Tulane. Ole Miss, the home team in this one. Yeah, the thing here with Ole Miss, is having to replace Jackson Dart, with the quarterback change, but they really haven't seemed to miss a beat when you look at their passing numbers. I know there'll be some soft opponents in there, but still 331 yards passing per game, 10 point, almost 11 yards per pass attempt. They're running for almost 5 yards a carry. This Ole Miss offense for Lane Kiffin, even though he had to, replace an NFL first-round draft pick, that offense is really doing well.
Doing well, even when they had to go to the third string, where we had Trinidad Chambers going there for Ole Miss. Look what he did when he came in, completed 71% of his passes, and tossed for 412 yards in the absence of Simmons. So threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Hey, I love the offense on Ole Miss, and I think their defense, don't let them numbers skew you a little bit there on their rush numbers. I think that defense tightens up a little more against the Tulane team. But hey, I think some of those have been some stacked numbers, as they say, against some inferior opponents. Has Tulane haven't faced the likes of this Ole Miss team, and I think you'll see it here in that first half. That's why I'm focusing on that. Because we know Lane Kiffin, sometimes he likes to pile on that score, but over the last couple seasons, sometimes on these bigger numbers, you can also let that team come right in the back door. So full game, I want to avoid the full game there, Tony, because it's possible that Tulane could break off a run late when the Ole Miss defense has let up a little, and it's possibly at a big giant number they could get a cover. So I think Ole Miss comes out focused here at home and gets themselves a nice 10-plus point lead into the break.
Yeah, you see the impact of having your quarterback go first in the NFL draft. It really wakens up that quarterback room, get everyone's attention there. It just, that opportunity rides now for this Ole Miss. Your coach got a guy drafted first. They'll be looking at Ole Miss program to get another one. Here we go. Ole Miss lay the 7 first half. This one, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, it's on ESPN. That's right. They don't just put junk games up there. This is going to be a good one. All right. Let's
good one.
at that hour. Let's take a look over at Big Dog Premium here for Saturday's action. Of course, lots of games on the board here for college football. I think there's like 46 games with FBS versus FBS teams. Baseball, we've got almost 6 months of data. We're going to put into work there as well. What do you have going over at Pick.com? You see Rod's document record, 611 units of profit last 7 days. What's for sale?
And for me, over to Pick.com today, hey, I'll have you a 3-pack in the morning slate, 3-pack in the afternoon slate, and that's just on the college football front. And as Tony alluded to, we'll definitely have some plays in the MLB as well. Doubleheader in the CFL. We'll throw one in there for you as well. So definitely a loaded slate of action here on a Saturday. So, hey, instead of having to buy all those plays individually, but they are up there. If you're looking for that one play, hey, head on over, scoop up that one best bet that I've got over there for you today. And, hey, join me, something long-term. It's that time of year where we got multiple sports going, and I cover multiple sports for you. Hey, it's NFL Sunday tomorrow, so, hey, you don't want to miss out on that. And grab a 3-day, grab a 7-day, grab a 30-day. That 30-day pass will get you into the first couple of weeks of the NHL action because they start back on October 7th. So right around the corner, we'll have some NHL thrown in there. And we had a nice, successful year in the NFL and the NHL. So, hey, definitely jump aboard. Had a nice week in the NFL last week as well. Went 6-2. So, hey, best way to go, grab that 3-day pass. I'm telling you, the next 3 days are absolutely loaded with sports. Use the promo code PICK at checkout, save 15% off. But let's continue to stack the units and put that extra cash into your bankroll.
All right, on get on board with Rod over at Pick.com. So you get results from Rod. Verify those numbers over at Rod's handicapper page. Just click the link in the description. You'll land here, and you'll see Rod here on the 7-day leaderboard. So click his link. You'll land on his page and get on board with Rod over at Pick.com. Premium promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. All right. Rod, it's always great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy it. See you guys again next week.
Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. More college football on tap. Let's bring in Brian Bitler. Find him over at Pick.com. Brian, what's going on?
I'll tell you what, definitely excited for another college football week. There's some gems on the board. This is the time of year where you got to really make hay and take advantage of different opportunities on the board. So definitely looking forward to this week. Last week, 3-2 on college football Saturday. So hopefully I can improve on that number this week.
Let's do it. Let's get to it here. We'll look here in game here from the ACC conference. ESPN will televise here. Hey, we got a couple in prime time. Actually, early slate here, but the big games on ESPN, Syracuse and Clemson in a nooner. We see Clemson here laying now 16.5. The total coming in here at 55.5.
Yeah, I usually like to give away the games early as my free picks because I'm a little superstitious on them. But I think it's one of the better free picks on the board as I'm looking at the Clemson Tigers hosting the Syracuse Orange. I think we're going to see bettors flocking to all the points here with the 2-1 Syracuse because, hell, on paper, Clemson 1-2, but they lost to two quality teams at LSU and Georgia Tech. Really, no cupcakes for sure. I think it's a do-or-die game for Clemson. Syracuse will be I think they're going to be on the wrong side of a real pissed-off Clemson team. I expect the Tigers to be up 21 or so at halftime and then build on that lead as we finish out the game. They're not going to falter. I'm going to take the Clemson Tigers here, lay the points. I think that defense is going to turn over Syracuse. in all the right spots. Maybe even return one for a touchdown. Take Clemson, lay the points. Nice, easy cover.
There we go with Brian. Say Clemson here laying the points here in this one. Of course, Kate Klubnik was, or maybe still is, a Heisman Trophy candidate. But when you look at Clemson passing attack this year, it's been not been on par. Accuracy rate, just 59% accuracy, 211 yards passing the game, 7.2 yards per pass attempt. It hasn't been a crisp start for Klubnik as he's trying to get on tap to get that Heisman, at least in the Heisman conversation, right? Because that can lead to better things down the road. But I think here you're just picking on this Syracuse defense that's given up 443 yards a game.
I think with Klubnik, just like the play of Clemson, both these guys need absolutely perfect play here on out. If Clemson's going to have any chance at a playoff berth, and if Klubnik's going to have any chance of a Heisman, they need perfect performances. And for a perfect performance here, we need to see a Clemson blowout. They need to start laying the wood.
All right, we got Brian here on Clemson lay the 16.5 here against Syracuse, noon Eastern time. Watch it on ESPN. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Prim here for the card here on. Oh, hang on a second here. Take over at Pick Dodge Prim here for the card on. Let's see, what screen are you on here? Clemson here for. Hang on a second. There we go. Brian here, Pick Dodge Prim here for the card here on Saturday. Brian doing great results. To see over 4,000 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Prim. Matter of fact, if you just click the link on the description, you'll land here. You'll be able to find Brian's name here on the leaderboards. Just click his link and you'll get on over to a sales page. So when they do that, Brian, what we have for sale over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Well, I already got 3 plays listed up for Saturday, highlighted by my titanium in college football. 94 and 70, 57.3% winners in college over the last 2 seasons. I'm going to have 5 premium picks in college for Saturday. Definitely a full 5 games in the NFL for Sunday. So it's a great time to get 30-day pass, $350. Use code PICK at checkout. Save an additional 15% off because not only college football and NFL, but WNBA playoffs, Major League Baseball playoffs just around the corner, CFL action, and before you know it, we'll be into the NHL. So long-term pass, always the way to go, and trying to be a consistent winner and turn up those profits.
Very good. Yeah, get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dodge Prim. 4,050 units of profit. The last 12 months document over at Pick Dodge Prim. This is all based on $100 unit wager size, so get on board with Brian and get signed up. All right, Brian, is always great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Definitely appreciate you having me. And hopefully when you see me the next time, I'll be on a 10-0 run, something to that effect, and we can talk about some more winners.
Very good. Brian Bitler here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, Wayne Scott. Find him over at Pick Dodge Prim. More college football coverage from Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? Everything's going solid with me. Nice solid day of sports. Let's get these folks on some winners.
Let's get a winner here. High nooner here. Maryland and Wisconsin, Big Ten action. We see Wisconsin laying 10, total 44.5.
Yeah, let's get straight into it, man. I like the over. I just believe that this total is set too low. We have 2 better offenses than expected and 2 defenses that might not be as good as expected. Maryland hasn't played the strongest competition offensively. They've been solid. Malik Washington, 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. Defensively, like I said, they worried me. Wisconsin looking to bounce back after getting routed by Alabama. I do think they have the offense to score on Maryland. Defensively, they've been solid this season, but they lack pass defense. Strong run defense, but lack pass defense. What does Maryland like to do? They like to move the ball around in the air. Give me the over 44.5 in this one.
There we go. Wayne here, Maryland, Wisconsin to go over the total here, 44.5 there. Of course, we've seen Maryland put up some points and move the football through the air. 266 yards of passing. Of course, Tua's brother Talia has left the program. So now we're seeing a new first-year starter there for Maryland.
Yes, sir. Malik Washington. Like I said, 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. When you're talking about overs, you want a quarterback who's not going to turn over the ball, who's going to get you in the red zone. Another thing that I forgot to bring up, these are 2 of the better field goal kicking teams. So if they get in that red zone, expect them to get 3 points. As Tony just mentioned, Maryland is 38th in passing offense. So they sling that ball around. I expect some points in this one.
Doesn't look like anything will change with Maryland throwing the football. Maryland, Wisconsin over total of 44.5. This one noon Eastern time over on NBC. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for this big Saturday card of action. Lots of college football. We also have action from Major League Baseball. You can see Wayne last 7 days, 663 units of private document over at Pick Dog Print. Wayne, what you got for sale?
Yeah, just looking to stay hot and continue reading this board strong. MLB best bet, college football best bet. Also look for a 3-pack and get on long term as I'll be locked and loaded in the NFL too. Top NFL handicapper on the site, and I'm looking not to let that change. So head over there, grab my best bet, you can grab a long term pass.
That's right, guys. You got it both. Wayne Scott over at Pick Dog Stream. You see the good rate units. 660 units of private document over at Pick Dog Stream. Hit the link here. You'll land on our handicapper page. Click the premium tab. Click cappers. You'll find Wayne here. Our past 24 hours, a really good, strong day. Just click his link there. You see him also on the 7-day leaderboard. Land on his page and get signed up. All right, Wayne, is always great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good luck on all your bets out there, Pick Dog family.
Wayne Scott here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, Tony Brown. You can find his screen plays over at Pick Dog Prim, where he's been hitting the leaderboards, doing great work up there. Tony Brown, what's going on?
Tony T, how you doing?
Everything's going great. Looking forward to this big weekend, big college football Saturday. And interesting one here between UNLV and Miami O as the Mountain West meets the MAC on the road. We see UNLV going to be favored here, 2.5. Total sits at 49.5 points.
Yeah, I love this game right here for UNLV, and I love this number. It's one of those numbers where, like, the situation doesn't really seem good for UNLV. It's a West Coast team traveling over to the East Coast, and it's 9 a.m. our time, a 9 a.m. start time, so you got that. And then we're coming off that huge win over UCLA last weekend, so people feel it could be a letdown spot. And then Miami hasn't won a game yet. They're still 0-2, so they're at home. They're thirsty for a win. So the situational football doesn't really match up. That's why it's such a low spread. But UNLV, the real football, the players, the teams, the guys on the field, this is a way better matchup for them. You know what I mean? They're picking up right where they left off from last season. We closed last season on a 5-0 win streak, and we picked this season up on a 3-0 win streak. So we're 8-0 in our last 8 games. Even more impressive, they're 9-0 on the road dating back to last season. So, you take all those little small kink factors out that has nothing to do with the actual football that's going to be played on the field, and the UNLV minus 2.5 is a steal, I think.
All right, here we go with Tony Brown. He's going to go here with UNLV laying the points here, 2.5 here, the short number here against Miami, Ohio. MAC team, of course, they've had their struggles against Rutgers, shut out against Wisconsin. Of course, UNLV has gone on the road and took care of business there against Sam Houston State. I know a lot of people out there who thought that was a good spot for Sam Houston State there, but UNLV came away with like a 17-point win.
Right, and then that was our quarterback's worst game. We only had one TD out of him. He's gotten progressively better ever since then. I want to call him Calandra. He's gotten better ever since then. He's thrown 2 touchdowns in the second game we played, and then in our last game against UCLA, the biggest, he played his best, and he had a 3-touchdown game. So it's only getting uphill for UNLV and Miami, Ohio. They're just a victim of circumstances, just like everybody thought. Kansas City wouldn't start 0-2 and this and that. The games aren't played on paper. You know what I mean? They could very well start 0-3 at home, and I think they will.
All right, we got Tony Brown here on UNLV laying the 2.5. This one have a start time 12 Eastern time over on ESPNU. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dog here for the card. Lots of action on the board here. College football, of course, we're winding down baseball. Just 2 weekends left of the regular season. You can see Tony Brown has put up 784 units of profit last 60 days. All documented over at Pick Dog Premium, based on $100 unit wager size. Tony Brown, what do you have for sale?
As always, Tony, I have my single daily plays up there. You can get them individually, or you can get them in the 3-pack. And then for the serious players, we have the 3, 7, and 30-day all sports passes. including that VIP year pass. It's not on the screen, but that's up there too. That's 365 days of plays. But no matter which pass you get, they're included with every single pick I release. It's not just a singular sports pass or an NBA pass. You get every single pick I release from every league for the whole year or whatever length of time you buy it. And there's no upselling. The playoffs come with that. The championship picks are included. It's everything. That's for the serious players over there. And it only starts at $99. So if you're serious about making money, you can't really afford not to grab that pass.
That's right. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the results. 784 units of profit last 6 days. Verify those numbers by clicking the link in the description. Land here. And then you can see Tony Brown on top of these leaderboards here. Click his link and you'll land on his page and go ahead and get signed up. Promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-cap promotion also available. Save even more. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Man, I always appreciate being here, and I'll see you guys next week.
Tony Brown here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. More college football action. Let's welcome in Millz Young. Find him over on Pick Dog's YouTube channel. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony, man? How's everybody doing today?
Everything going great. Looking forward to this Saturday card. Lots going on here with college football and Major League Baseball. UFC takes a break, but it's okay. We can use it. Let's go to the college football. This is a really big matchup here in the Big 12 because these teams show a lot of quality early on. Texas Tech here at Utah, a nooner Eastern time start, 10 o'clock a.m. local time in Utah in the Mountain Time Zone. We see Utah favorite 3. Total comes in here at 56.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be a good game, man. Both these teams getting off to a good start, man. Utah looks like they're going to be taking care of the division. My Kansas State future ticket to win the division, plus 600. Might as well rip it up now, man, with the start that my Kansas State Wildcats came off with. But, you know, looking at Utah, they definitely got a good quarterback over there. He can run it when he needs to, but, man, the guy that I like is on Texas Tech, Thorhan Morton. Man, this guy has 11 touchdowns, 900 yards, and out of all those passes, only 1 interception. For me, if I'm picking a team, I'm leaning with Texas Tech, but I ain't here for that. I'm here to take the over in this game, man. When I'm looking at both these teams, man, they've been putting up points galore. We're going to start off with Texas Tech. First game out the gate, what they do, 67. Followed it up with another 62 and another 45 like MJ was back. And now when you look at Utah, man, same thing can be said about them, coming out with 43 points, 63 and 31. Not a game that they didn't put up over 30 points. So when two juggernauts like this meet, I'm not going to try to get cute. I'm not going to try to get pretty. I'm going to just play the simple play. Give me the over 56 is my best bet in this game.
All right, Millz says go over 56, Texas Tech and Utah. You know, Utah has got that quarterback, you know, there that can do a lot with his legs as well. Dampier, we saw him come over from New Mexico. We saw that game in UCLA where he can pass accurately and he can also extend plays with his feet.
I mean, 198 rushing yards for Dampier, you know, and he actually has a good target out there in Ryan Davis that's been catching some balls for him as well. So I kind of like this quarterback, man. He kind of reminds me of the UNLV quarterback from last year, the 12th, what was his name, Malik or something like that. Yeah, like 2 last names. But it kind of reminds me of that, man. So it's like when it comes to playing QB, I always want a more mobile quarterback than a complete passer. Because I believe in the college game, those are the players that can extend those drives out there, even in the back. Yeah, man, I'm always looking to play the mobile quarterbacks a little bit in the spots.
There we go. We got Millz here on Texas Tech and Utah. Over the total of 56. This one an early start here, noon Eastern time over on Big Fox. All right, Millz, content contributor over at Pick Dog's YouTube channel. Lots of great content. In UFC as well. They'll have the off this weekend. But your prop shop really doing well up there on the channel.
Yeah, man, the prop shop is something that we do over here daily, man. You know, now referencing with the Sports Chat Plays betting tools. The betting tools, they let you guys know what bets are hidden out of the last 5 games played. At a 60% clip, 80% clip, all the way up to 100% clip. So even if you don't like my bets, you guys can still watch out and get some good bets over there at the Sports Chat Plays betting tools. The prop shop video, we're focusing in on touchdown props. Home runs, and I mean, I'll just say, man, I think I'm one of the better home run prop hitters out there. There's a few out there on other sites I've been seeing, but man, when it comes to this, I think I'm one of the guys for that, man. And UFC, we're putting out the UFC Bet With Me series, man. We've been doing this now continuously. Give you guys my best picks, my predictions, my insights. and how to bet these fights. You can't get it no other way. So make sure you guys like and subscribe so Pick Dogs can get you paid.
That's right. Hit that like, subscribe button. Get notified so when Millz drops that prop shop and his UFC series, you get it right away. So check it out over on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Also note they'll be expanding the betting tools over on the sites as well. So keep an eye on that, extending these betting tools on the Sports Chat Place site as well as the Pick Dogs site. All right, Millz, is always great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll touch base again next week.
All right, man. See you guys soon, man. And Aaron Judge for MVP. I don't know what y'all talking about.
There you go. Millz Young here on the Drive Thru. And now it's time for my pick. Well, I'll be the guy with Major League Baseball. Why not? I'm number 2 unit producer in Major League Baseball over at Pick Dogs Pimp, so I'll be the guy with the baseball for Saturday. We're going to look here at this one between the Phillies and the Diamondbacks here for Saturday night in the desert. We see the Diamondbacks here at $1.12, total 9. Take back on the Phillies minus 104. Well, my pick in this one will be on Arizona minus the 112. Well, taking the mound here for Philadelphia will be Aaron Nola, who's had a really rough time of it this year. ERA 6.5 for the season. Zach Gallen will take the start here for Arizona. Now Gallen will be is on a contract year. He's looking to better the $14 million a year he made on his 1-year contract. So it's a big start for Gallen, as well as Arizona trying to, they're within reach, but it's tough for them to make the wild card. But Arizona, though, in the better recent hitting form coming into this one. Nola in his 7 road starts, an ERA of 7 and a personal record of 0-5. Now look at Gallen. We tell you he's on a contract year. He's had a rough season, but the contract pressure, he's come through here. Past 5 starts, ERA of 2.05. Now the Phillies, 17-22 on the road against winning teams, losing 7.2 units. The D-backs, 24-18 at home against winning teams, returning 4 units. It's a big start for Gallen to try to, improve his contract status for next season, get more money. It's the contract pressure of September. We'll take Arizona here at the minus 112. Guys, check out Pick Dogs Prim. I'll have a Major League Baseball play of the day. I'm the number 2 unit producer over at Pick Dogs and Baseball. Also a package from college football as well. You can check out my page by clicking the link in the description. You'll land here. Click my tab, my name you'll see on the page here on the last 12 months. And you'll land right on my page. You'll see what I have for sale over at Pick Dogs Prim. Having a great past 12 months. 3,100 units of profit last 90 days, last 60 days yesterday as well. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Prim. Get my Major League Baseball play today, as well as my packages up there, best bet for college football and more. A link in the description as I showed you to get to the site. And I am the number 2 unit producer in Major League Baseball. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off and match me up with your favorite capper with the multi-capper promotion and get signed up. That's going to do it for this show for today. Remember, the drive-thru is on demand Tuesday through Saturday. Make sure you subscribe. 256,000 subscribers here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. And, of course, subscribe and like this video. That'll do it for now. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys again here on Tuesday.